But this is a spot that is just not bluffed at all. Let's randomize it. That's an okay catcher. And we randomize the call. Pool looks pretty chilled for now. Not many entries, so I might actually switch one of the tables to just maybe just a replayer. Maybe just add a table of 100. Maybe first this hand. I do 3-bet here. Queen Jack suited, getting that board. That smashes him pretty much. But my hand does pretty well. Obviously, as like being an open ender. Betting is fine to just fold out something like ace queen. And I would be a little more conservative with c-betting if he was a little tighter with his defense, then he has more of the 10s, 9s. Now, I think this guy folding 47% versus 3-bets, he might even, up here just jamming aces against the 4-bet, he might even have like ace-queen offsuit. So queens against kings. So yeah, we lose this one. And here, let me show that. We face a small check raise, obviously calling this one. Top here that brings king jack there is not the one I was looking for. Looks like my hand improved, but I don't think that villain has any, I don't know, like what do I beat now, like ace 10? Not really. I mean, I have king jack, I have 10s, I have 9s, I have queens, so I just play my range in position by calling only. This is a clear call. River doesn't improve us, so it will be a pretty clear fold. Villain needs to find his bluffs with like 5, 6, 6, 7, pocket 7s, and this is like the 21-17 player type. Shout out to him if he finds those. I'm protected. I would see it with my king jacks and with my sets. So yeah, Steffen, GG Rake is killing you. Yeah, you gotta win more. Jack 8 suited. We have one fancy guy here who loves the small 3-bets. He has normal ranges though. So we cannot play back light, we just need to make use of the great flop price to flop trips with our jack here. What will that lead to me calling way more pre-flop and then overfolding flops because my range is just so weak. Here I rolled a check call, check raise is totally fine. And here I will actually fuck him up with some donking, I guess. Let me check out whether he has like 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s himself. It seems like he has that, so I'm not attacking that. Usually it's like he has an overpair or he has high cards. I can't do too much against the overpairs. If he has just like high cards and the turn is not a card that hits him, just like all my pairs get like an upgrade. But he still has 6 outs against them when he has like king queen or something. So this is what I wanted to charge with like some donking and would implement some nuts there as well. I just play it like my pocket 10s, pocket 9s. And yeah. So since he has those 7s, 8s, 9s, it makes it way easier for him to react to like small donks there. So I decided against donking. And yeah, he had the queen 10 of clubs, the rivered flush. So I think he missed the value raise here, which makes my block bet very bad. It's again a pretty nice card here, or a nice hand to continue definitely. The deuce is such a nice out for me. Ace is, I guess, a fine out as long as I don't face big bets. Wow, okay. It's an up and down. Now, actually, my ace deuce gets better. Unfortunately, this is a player who's not really bluffing too much. But this is a spot where it's easy to overbluff. He can, like, overbet here king, queen plus pretty much. And then he has potential bluffs with queen, jack, ace, queen, ace, jack, 8, 9, jack, 9, 8, 6. So definitely calling here. Blocking deuces is pretty nice because this is a big part of his value range. I mean, this is the nicest call down hand, actually. I'm unblocking every single bluff. Like, he shouldn't be bluffing ace highs here. I'm blocking pocket deuces. I'm blocking pocket aces that can take this line. But this is a spot that is just not bluffed at all. Let's randomize it. That's an okay catcher. And we randomize the call. Damn it. And yes, king 7, right? Just the turn 2 pair. And this is what I mean. Maybe off stream, I try to explain things here. I just go more with the read that people are too value heavy and I just fold 100%. But it's that, right? We need to evaluate the bluff catcher. It was a very good one, but actually if people are not bluffing here, and this is a spot where are people really just like splashing it off here with jack 9? Some yes, but then I know it. And he didn't have that tag. Up here, I went for the check raise on the turn. Villain can have low flushes. The only hands that beat me should be 7-6 that he checks back, so I'm going for everything with my ace of clubs blocker. Exactly one of those spots where I think people are calling me too light, right? We are creating a scenario here where I'm risking 84 big blinds to win those 35. We need 70.6% fold equity to make that a profitable bluff. I have the feeling that people, I mean, he's sitting on bluff catchers only, pretty much. Sitting here every single time, timing down here. Thinking about it, oh, it might be Steffen, might be bluffing. Boom. Like when people waste or like take more of 10 or 15 seconds of their time bank, I think they end up calling more than 90% versus me. Up here, call a 3-bet with jacks, a large flop bet, which gives me pain already. I'm happy to see those 10s, so I have at least some nuts, but this is a very, 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 very tight player. I'm just double checking the notes I'm having. This is a line that does not exist. The line, not that I have a bluff, because in position, why should you just jam your flush draw? It's the, I have pocket queens without spades and diamonds. I want to get it in versus jacks now, even though I should check jam the turn. Yeah, this is a pretty easy fold against this player type. Yeah, small c-bet seems fine. And queens here, I think checking both fine. Now we have the problem. This is in theory like a very, very high frequency check. I block all the call downs. But my problem is villain should call here pocket deuces and now start bluffing. This is not happening. Where's my value coming from, right? The goal of nuts is to get the maximum money in. This is my only goal. I'm not blocking any bluffs, so I should make more money by letting him bluff. He plays 17-14. This guy is not bluffing, but it feels still, it hurts so much to just play top set. Like here, I'm now happily taking that sizing I want, and I'm folding to raise, even though I'm having top set on that reverse flush. He can have it. Queen of clubs is out there. He can like not bet his ace something club. And this is just like, yeah, couldn't go worse than that, starting on a queen 7-3 board, but I'm never getting, like really, literally never getting bluffed here by that type of player. It's a 0. If I click on call here, I win 0%. Okay, up here, I went for a large bet. That's a board that hits him quite well. For me, it's always important, like, how well does it really hit? Here, like, he doesn't have 2 pairs. That's the main thing. Like, it's very, very... And he doesn't have, like, straights. He doesn't have 10-8 suited necessarily. So it's very, very different to something like Jack 8-7. So I like to keep the betting lead here a little more. This here is a fancy option to just target. What does he do when he has, like, 9-8, 9-10 of spades, Jack X with spade, even, like, Ace-10 of spades, Ace-10 of clubs. So like it's 2 times pot. He has a great draw, but still feels bad about it. If he has a set, he has a set, right? It's like I'm not trying to get away from my overpair in a spot like that. I could have something like King Queen of clubs, King 10 of clubs. Could easily do that. 7-8. I mean, this is a very, very bad call, right? He has just not enough equity here. Yeah, he has something, whatever. He has some equity against my queens. Yeah, maybe it could be one of those 0 EV Pio calls, but yeah. So here the 4-5, he's checking that range bet board, kind of. Is it 10x? Is it queens? Still now, this is the one I like going for. This is a board, again, I want, like against some people, I splash everything in because they sit on queens and queens only and 10x and will always call that down. Will never call that down, sorry. And some others sit like on top set kings and stuff like that and queens, and they might call it down. So here with that equity, with this, like, I mean, the 7 would be such a beautiful card. That's a beautiful card as well. I don't expect too much King X suited that is checking there. So now hoping for the top set king strap that I would expect to see here quite sometimes. Don't see that folding. And obviously, I mean, he might sit on like queens with the queen of spades and has like a very, very ugly spot, but it's fine. So again, guys, as we talked about before, in black or white spots, big ones, I put him on the queens with spades. Okay, right, I created a scenario that on the turn, his hand is indifferent. It's not a 100% Pio call in theory. He check calls his jacks because this is me and I will have bluffs. And then on that card, we have a situation. I do bet effectively $151. In a pot of, let's make it 100, or no, let's take the right amount, 96. I need 60% fold equity here this time. And I think he's calling more than that, right? So far we had 2 clear spots where I was value splashing it in with overbets, and people called pure bluff catchers in a spot where they needed to fold on the one hand. One time they needed to fold 70%. The other time they needed to fold 60%. I mean, I had the nuts pretty much on the flop. But now, let's keep going. And that no straight gets there. He can have a worse ace. This is just 38, super passive. I don't expect him to fold ace-10. I don't expect him to raise ace-10, so I just smash the money in the middle as an exploit. He will call an ace, he will fold a jack, probably. You never know, but... Pocket 10s versus a small 3-bet from the big blind, but he seems to have reasonable ranges here. And now a big bet that definitely doesn't exist. Against the big bet, I need to just jam. If he has queens, kings, aces, that's the thing. But if he has king, queen, this is just the best play for that rest stack. I can't wait for a king, queen, ace to appear. So yeah, I get it in versus nines. He has pocket aces. So this is just not a good player, even though his stats look good. Like just aces, I just fold a lot. I fold my king, queen. So a hand that can only improve to his second best hand. He made it fold by just betting so big. This doesn't make any sense. That was good enough to really mark him as a bad player there. Okay, here, I mean, this is just pocket tens all the time, but I'm calling my sevens after checking down 2 times. And yeah, I mean, this is... So this year, Willem did flat cutoff versus some position, did pot bet versus a check, so no need to slow roll him. He just has something, and I just fast played against his pot bet, because pot bets are, from those type of players, are meaning they have it. Didn't expect this type of hand here now, but we cannot win all-ins these days. That's a little unfortunate. This is interesting here. A joker kill, definitely a recreational player. Donks on king, queen, queen. I just think about, right, again, dice principle. Let's think about him having a queen, donking. Maybe he has a king with a spade. This is where I want to get maximum value from. Is he? If I'm not trying to call here and dodge like a higher flush. Like, that's not my plan. And I don't think he folds a king with a spade or a queen on the turn ever. So I'm definitely raising here. So up here is always interesting. Villain obviously has all kinds of ace queen and king jack and jack 10. But we take our lowest pockets as like 2 outers to bluff, to just beat his 7s, 8s, or fold them out. We take our 9s to try and check down, because if Villain is not turning his peers into a bluff, we win at showdowns versus 8s, 7s, 6s. So it's really those small elements. I mean, it's not a cooler, but like really having the correct things going for you for the correct hands in your range. Talking about smart, definitely smart to 4-bet your kings here. On that queen high board, I think we are mainly continuing with a just small bet here. He has jacks, 10s, ace queen suited. He has aces straps. He has pocket queens as well. So let's focus on how to play against ace queen, jacks, and 10s. This is where our money comes from. And now 4-5 gets there as well. He can have 6-5, 6-4. Think about whether I'm sometimes check jamming here, but I think we just target jacks and 10s all the way, and just go small, small, small. Okay, spades really hurt. Now we are often losing because Villain has all kinds of ace-jack of spades, ace-queen of spades, maybe king-queen of spades. He has aces, he has queens. I need really some jacks calls, but kings are just too good to not bet. It's only 40% pot left, so we have no option instead of just jamming and hoping. I mean, 6-5 and 4 got there actually as well. This is a check fold. I didn't see the 4-5 and the 5-6 2 pairs there that are quite high frequency. I think this is just a check fold. If you look it up in the solver, it's probably a thin value jam. But I think people are never turning their jacks into a bluff, never their queen X. So when he bets here, maybe sometimes his 9s if he happens to have that. But no way he's ever over bluffing here, and no way he's betting worse for value. So I think this is just a very, very, very ridiculous check fold given that run out. Sick. So sorry for that, but keeps it fun at the same time, maybe. So let's try to win a stack with those queens. Let's put him on freaking jacks. This is a board, it's a total brick board. Sure, Villain has sometimes a 10. He mainly has 9s, 8s, 7s, random overcards. So this is a board that we want to use a big sizing on, because now we still have our advantage that we have with our 4-betting range. We have king 10 offsuit, ace 10 offsuit, jacks, queens. Even ace king is fine as a like kind of a value-ish bet here. And yeah,